Then they both asked if Kim had any sisters. Kim denied it. After that, they asked about his girlfriend. He replied that he had always been single. They commented that he was so unlucky, and then they asked about his talents. Kim wondered about his talent and thought that if he showed it, they would all get mad. After that, he said he would show them a one-finger push-up. One of them asked what kind of talent that was and if they could do it all day. Another said not to get angry and let's see what Kim could do. Kim started, and they were shocked to see the vertical one-finger push-up. They wondered if they had anyone else in their platoon who could do that, and Kim was such a sergeant. Just then, a man came from outside and told them to get lost. They wondered who that man was. Kim recognized that it was the voice of Lee. The red-haired boy asked why he was pretending to be exhausted when he had just been dispatched as the instructor. The second boy said he even earned a vacation for tormenting kids and asked how many days he got that time. The first boy said what an arrogant guy Lee was and pointed out how he wasn't even responding. Lee shouted that he got a 4-day leave, so they should stop pestering and leave him alone. The second boy said Lee was such a party pooper that they were going to leave. The first boy told Lee that 4 days was a lot. Lee commented that they were really getting on his nerves, but it's not like he could beat them up. Kim thought they would finally leave. Lee just lay down and started watching a video of the volcanic dungeon. Kim thought that even in such a confined space, the difference in rank was vast, and it wasn't like they were living in the 80s. Lee called Dong to come over and said that since Kim was his junior, Dong should make sure to instruct him properly. Dong agreed with that. Kim thought that Dong was his senior. Then Dong introduced himself and asked if they should talk over some food. He mentioned that he received a special permit to visit the PX. Kim was shocked because they couldn't go to the PX without any permission. As they both stood in front of a building, Dong said to eat whatever Kim wanted. Kim asked if he was sure because he ate a lot. Dong replied, "Just take whatever you want and eat as much as you like." As they entered, they picked lots of things and the staff there said it was 300,000 won. Dong was shaking when giving his card, so the staff asked why he was shaking. After that, Dong told Kim to eat as much as he wanted. Kim asked if they were not allowed to use the PX on a regular basis, and Dong mentioned the special permit earlier. Dong explained that privates first class and below could only go there on weekends. Besides, Kim needed to be a private first class or above to use the gyms, and at least a corporal to use PC rooms. Kim was shocked to learn that only corporals and above could use the PC rooms, and that was insane. Dong said that Kim could argue that it was unreasonable, but that wasn't something a private first class like him could resolve, and Kim just had to get used to it. Kim asked if there was no way to change that. Dong said that Kim would need to advance at least to the rank of a corporal, and no, to the rank of a sergeant to even attempt that, and although that wouldn't be easy either. Kim thought that he couldn't just lose his cool there, and that was frustrating. He wondered if there wasn't any other way to advance in ranks. Dong explained that it wasn't an easy task to become a sergeant in the Hunter Corps. He also admitted he failed the advancement exams many times, so he had been a private first class for 3 years, and that was so pathetic. Kim told him that he wasn't pathetic at all, and he was sure Dong would advance next time. He thought that he needed to get promoted quickly so he could bring Dong up with him. Dong thanked Kim for the encouragement. Just then, Guang came to Dong and asked who they were, noting a new recruit and a private first class. He wondered if they were eating something delicious by themselves. Dong invited him to join them, and Guang said he wouldn't refuse that offer. Then he started eating as well. Kim thought that as soon as he was done talking, something weird happened. Guang said he wouldn't mention their chat, but if they were useless during firearms training the next day, they were both in trouble. He wasn't going to let Kim off easily because Kim was new there, and then he asked if Kim knew how to shoot. Dong commented that he was also thinking of explaining that to Kim, and it was a bit different there compared to other places. Guang asked if he was overstepping his boundaries again, and if he was implying he was overly concerned when Dong was already doing that well. Dong apologized for that. Guang then questioned why Kim was still a private first class if he was doing so well, and if all the advancement examiners were stupid. Kim wondered why Guang was in such a mood, and he decided he wouldn't hold back any longer. He asked why they didn't just spit out what they had just eaten. Just then, Gwang looked uneasy, so he stood there looking shocked. Dong asked what happened to him. Gwang replied that something felt weird. Kim wondered if Gwang was checking the expiration dates of things. Then Gwang said it was nothing and they should get back soon. As he was leaving, he felt a pain in his stomach, and it wasn't because the food was bad. Kim guessed that even the E-rank corruption skill was useful at times like that. Then he asked Dong what the firearms training was. Dong explained that they had fired a KX-2 with ice bullets before, and now they would use bullets with even higher power. If the ice bullets used at the training centers were like a pony, these were like a wild stallion, with a totally different recoil and a sound like firing a cannon. Since monsters appeared far more frequently, it was much more important. It might feel awkward at first, so Kim should be ready to get scolded, but not worry about it. Kim thought the comparison between a pony and a wild stallion was very fitting, and if they thought about it, the long-range weapons he used in his guard must be equivalent to an elephant. If that was just a wild stallion, he would be even happier. He was eagerly waiting for the next day. Dong asked him what was going on with him, and if he was also feeling unwell. The next day during training, Kim used the gun and found that he missed one shot, which was too bad. A man informed him that the shooting was completed and he missed one hit. Everyone else was surprised to see that. One person remarked that a private fired 19 direct hits and asked if she was a shooting machine or something. They asked him if he fired the gun with luck. The boy with red hair said his best record was 14, which was the squad's average. From a tower, Min and Tae were observing. Min commented that it was incredible. Tae said he heard Kim was an elite, and it seemed those rumors were true. Then the boy with red hair asked Kim how he did that. Kim replied that he just did as he was instructed. Another boy said that it wasn't like they weren't instructed too. A man came and praised Kim for his great job, asking him to show his best to them. He looked forward to seeing Kim's shooting during that afternoon's special firearms training. Kim wondered about the special training. Others were surprised to hear this, and one person said to the man that he was too biased towards Kim. But Minji told Kim to just put on his helmet. Others clapped for Kim and said he was so good at shooting that he could have gone on vacation or been hot all 20 shots, and that was a shame. Kim thanked them and asked Dong what was so different about the special firearms training because he hadn't heard about it before. Dong apologized and said they didn't expect Kim to be such a good shooter. Normally, new recruits were exempt from the special firearms training since they took a while to get used to their ice bullets. He would give Kim a short explanation, though he would go through a briefing anyway. He then explained that the special training would consist of a 2-person team entering the training facility and eliminating the monsters en route to the destination. Though they weren't highly dangerous, Kim would be dealing with moving targets, and he must be ready to counter their attacks. There was one more thing he needed to watch out for: civilian targets that popped up every time. If Kim hit even one of them, it would be an automatic failure, no matter how many monsters he defeated. There was no need to be scared because he would be facing real monsters and game executives would be controlling the situation, so he didn't have to worry. Kim thought of the live monsters and found it would be fun for him. After that, all the soldiers got to take their lunch. Dong was having a meal with Kim and commented that he couldn't believe Kim really hit 19 shots, saying he was born to be a soldier. Kim replied that Dong's 13 shots were a good result as well. Dong mentioned that he had some experience, but technically he wasn't that good. On the other hand, Lee was the real deal. He fired 17 shots just now, making him the #1 shooter in their squad. Kim thought that since the squad average was 10, Lee was really good, and he guessed currently he was the #1. Dong said to Kim that he was sure Kim would do well in his special firearms training. Kim replied that as Dong said there would be 2-person teams at the special firearms training, would Dong join Kim? Dong denied it and said that the executives would decide the team, so he couldn't guarantee that. Kim asked about the criteria for assigning team members. Dong explained that as he heard from rumors, it was done through a lottery system. The scene shifted to the special firearms training center, where a man announced that they would commence the training in 5 minutes. He asked all the troops to get their bulletproof vests on and stand by. As they all wore their vests, Gwang commented on Kim, saying he was in the same team as Kim and guessed it was going to be a sleep comparison, as after all, a sergeant and a private were worlds apart. Kim thought that Gwang would be his partner, and judging by his expression, he still hadn't learned his lesson and was going to continue hazing. Gwang said, "Let's see," and mentioned that since the average finish time in their squad was 3 minutes, Kim should improve his score as well and make sure to finish within 3 minutes. If he didn't, he would regret it. Hi guys, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you enjoy the content.